Time now for the Morning Rush.
And we'll start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. Looking at plenty of sunshine today. Nothing in the way of rain or snow. I'm just going to continue to run this because even tomorrow we're going to be looking at sunny skies. Problem being the winds. Breezy to windy conditions this afternoon. Those will be about 15 to 20 here in the metro. Stronger winds found out east. Adam?
As you get ready to head out the door this morning, we're following the day's top local stories, and we'll begin with news developing overnight in New York City. That suspected driver in the deadly truck attack on a bike path in the city is waking up in custody in the hospital. Officials say 8 people were mowed down yesterday in the city's deadliest terror attack since 9/11. The alleged driver was shot by police soon after and right now is in critical condition. Investigators have identified him as Sayfullo Saipov, a 29-year-old Uzbekistan native.
President Trump reacted to the terrible attack on Twitter. He said, quote, in NYC, looks like another attack by a very sick and deranged person. Law enforcement is following this closely, not in the USA. He followed up by saying, I have just ordered Homeland Security to step up our already extreme vetting program. Being politically correct is fine, not for this.
And breaking overnight, as you wake up today, APD says it's investigating an incident involving one of its own officers. That happened at Central and University near the 7-Eleven about 1 this morning. They tell us an officer was conducting a, quote, high-risk stop involving a stolen vehicle when the officer accidentally discharged his firearm. They say nobody was hit nor injured. We will keep you posted on all of the developments on this story throughout the morning. Fernanda?
Happening today, the man who took a plea deal in a decades-old murder case is scheduled to be sentenced. Under the plea agreement, he faces 10 years in prison for second-degree murder. Last year, investigators connected Jedediah Rose to a 1996 beating death of 43-year-old Rick Broadbeck. He was to remain out on bond with a GPS monitor until sentencing, but according to jail records, he was picked up in early October on a domestic violence charge. His sentencing is set for 1:30 this afternoon, where the victim's family will likely say their piece. Adam?
Former State Senator Phil Griego is preparing to head back to court this morning for the second day of his trial. Griego is accused of pushing the sale of a state-owned building in Santa Fe so that he could pocket $50,000 in commission. Griego's trial is expected to last 2 weeks, and we'll let you know what happens.
On to new news this morning. We're learning about an overnight fire on Aspen Drive Northwest. Crews were dispatched around 3:40 this morning to a large commercial structure fire. That's where they saw smoke and flames. Firefighters put out the fire, containing it to only a portion of the building. No reports of injuries. The cause of the fire is still being investigated.
News new this morning. House Republicans' final version of a tax reform bill is delayed. They're now preparing to release it tomorrow. This was originally supposed to be unveiled today, but Republicans are still hammering out the final details. President Trump claims the nearly $6 trillion plan will amount to the biggest tax cut ever.
Open enrollment for Obamacare starts today. A recent report from the Department of Health and Human Services says 80% of Americans can get a 2018 plan for less than $75 per month. Last year, 71% of enrollees could find that rate. In addition, rising premium subsidies will make many plans on the exchanges more affordable. Open enrollment runs through December 15th, in most U.S. states. Kristen.
Today's Metro Threat Index up to a 4. We're going to be fighting some breezy conditions out of the west-northwest. Those winds 15 to even up to 20 miles per hour here in the Duke City, gusting to 35, but stronger winds expected to the east of us. Sarah?
Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central New Mexico is rolling out a new program aimed at making that transition from high school to college easier for teens. It's called Mentor 3.0. Through it, mentees stay connected with the mentors they had in high school, helping them navigate and find the resources that they may need, whether that's enrolling in college, joining the workforce, or enlisting in the military. Throughout the program, each pair must complete online mentor lessons focused on life skills. For more information, go to KRQE.com. Adam?
With just 2 days to go until the release of Apple's iPhone 10, analysts are looking ahead to what could happen. Supply will most likely not meet demand, they say, for the device that will cost at least $1,000. It's Apple's most expensive phone to date, and it debuts only weeks after the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. That has led to an unprecedented spike in trade-ins for a new phone.
People who take prescription drugs are unaware of risks of driving while using the medication. A new study from West Virginia University found 86% of drivers who were prescribed sedatives received a warning from either their doctor, pharmacist, or from the label itself, but less than 2/3 of drivers who were prescribed stimulants or antidepressants received a warning.
Time now for a check on traffic. Not looking at any major crashes or incidents out there. We do have some new construction going on I-40 eastbound near Coors, but everything seems to be moving close to posted speeds. Of course, we'll keep you updated throughout the morning.
On to new video overnight that shows a big fire that lit up the skies over Baton Rouge early this morning. Look at this fire at the ExxonMobil facility that sent large flames and plumes of smoke high into the air. A spokeswoman for ExxonMobil says it was handled internally. There were no injuries. She added that this was not planned, as you can imagine.
Oh, my goodness. All right, World Series going the distance. Champion will be decided tonight in Game 7. Last night, LA Dodgers beat the Houston Astros 3-1, tying the series at 3 games apiece. In the series, New Mexico's own Alex Bregman has 2 home runs, 5 RBIs for the Astros. You can watch all the action on Fox New Mexico. Starts at 6 o'clock tonight.
Woohoo! All right, time for the 5 facts.
We start at number 5 this morning. Trick-or-treating is over. Today, your kids, if they have too much candy, they can trade it in for cash. The Cosmetic Dentistry of New Mexico on Montgomery and San Pedro is giving kids 14 and under $1 for every pound today from 12 to 5. Blue Star moms will then send the candy to troops in holiday packages.
Pretty neat. Number 4 now this morning. Police are actively searching for a soccer player accused of punching a 16-year-old referee. Happened during an Albuquerque Soccer League game at the Bernalillo Soccer Complex on Sunday. 22-year-old Syed Aguilera is facing charges of child abuse and battery on a sports official. The teen's face was bruised. He's recovering.
At number 3, looking at warmer temperatures back to the 70s today, breezy to windy conditions. Those winds will gust up to about 55, 60 out of the northern mountains and eastern plains. No rain or snow anytime soon. Looking at warm temperatures and sunshine through Friday.
Number 2 now, city's asking a federal judge to look into whether the independent monitor overseeing APD reform is biased against the city. In a motion filed in federal court yesterday, the city argues the monitor, James Ginger, is retaliating against certain city employees in the reform process. A secret recording of a heated argument between the city attorney and Ginger is the basis of the city's claim to this. The city also is arguing that Ginger went as far as to call APD brass, quote, collateral damage because of problems between him and the city attorney. We called Ginger to ask about this motion. We have not heard back yet.
Number 1 new this morning, a note found by authorities in that truck driven by a suspect who allegedly mowed over multiple people on the New York City bike path claims that he did it in the name of ISIS. 29-year-old Saifullah Saipov, a native of Uzbekistan, is waking up in custody in the hospital after what authorities are calling an act of terror. Investigators say he killed 8 people and injured 11 others. Soon after, police confronted Saipov and shot him once in the abdomen. 5 of the victims involved were Argentinians in New York, said to be celebrating the 30th anniversary of their high school graduation. And President Trump responding to this, too. We have a lot going on our website this morning as to the latest developments in the case.